Hello, sixth graders. Today we're doing some spreadsheet practice. This is really interesting stuff because anything with Google Sheets or work in Excel in the future, a lot of you might have jobs that you have to be using a spreadsheet. This is kind of some beginning stages of this, okay? And we use this a little bit with our stock market too. So for advanced math, let's take a look here. So as I'm looking at this, there's a table here. Across the top, I have the letters of some columns, and each column's labeled A, B, C, D, and E. And the rows are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? So it's written like this, and this is how I'm going to show it. So we have column A, so groceries would be column A, row 2. So groceries is in A2. If I want to know what's in column C4, so I'm going to the C, I'm going all the way down to row 4, which should be right here. So I have $115.95. So this chart looks like we're taking a look at a table full of bills. In column A, we have the words groceries, phone bill, car expenses, rent. In column B, we have January and all that money that the groceries, phone bill, car expenses, and rent costs. In column C, we have February and with all their expenses. Column D, we have March with all the expenses. Then in column E, we have the total. So I'm looking at this table right now. The groceries in January were $125.25. The groceries in February were $98. The groceries in March were $138.80. The total in column E, and that'd be in E2, it is $362.05. So I'm taking a close look at these things. The question states this: what is shown in cell B1? Well, I'm taking a look at cell B1, so I'm going to the column B. I'm looking at row 1, and I'm meeting right here in the middle. And what I have is the word January. That is what is written in cell B1. Each one of these boxes means a cell. Let's take a look at the next problem. It says, what is shown in C4? Well, I've got a C here. I've got the 4. And then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to scroll over. This is C4 right here. I have $115.95. Let's move on. Which cell contains the word rent? Rent is right here. It's in column A. So it's A something, and it is in row 5, so it's A5. That is where rent is located. Which cell contains the amount $58.50? So if I'm taking a look at this spreadsheet here, I'm looking and I see, oh, there's the $58.50. It's in row C. I apologize, in column C, row 3. C3. Okay. Now there's a question here. It says, Miss Villanova used column E to show the total for each row. Find the missing totals and enter them on the spreadsheet. Write a formula for calculating E3 that uses, I gotta move that, that uses cell names. Now what's really nice about spreadsheets is you can type in formulas even in those Google Sheets or in Excel, and it will solve the math for you. It's like a calculator built into it, which is really convenient. So we need to find out the formula for calculating E3 and which cell name. So E3 is located right here. So how are we going to solve E3? Well, let's take a look. E3 equals, so that's what it would look like. E3 equals, it looks like we have B3 plus C3 plus D3. Wouldn't that make sense? This B3 plus C3 plus D3 would equal E3. That's how you'd write the formula. Let's move on. Mrs. Villanova, did I skip a problem there? I apologize. I did skip a problem. Let's move on. Write a formula for calculating E5. Well, using the cell names. E5, so I'll use a different color here. E5 equals, well, it would be B5 plus C5 plus D5 is how you would write the formula for calculating E5. Let's move on. Mrs. Villanova found that she made a mistake in recording her March phone bill. Instead of $25.35, she should have entered $35.35. After she corrects her spreadsheet, what will the new total be? Well, she wrote right here, she is off. That should be a 35. So what would be the new total? Well, we have to figure this out. Let's go ahead and grab a calculator here to speed things up. So the new total, we're going to add up these numbers. We have 34.90 plus 58.50 plus 35, I apologize, 35.35 would give me a total of $128.75. Is that what that total was? 75 cents. Perfect. Let's move on. A little help of a calculator there. Okay, next problem. We're going to do some practice now. Let's see here. Find the missing dimension for each square. We did this on the last lesson, so we're taking a look at a square, right? There's my best image of a square. S is on each side, because all the sides. So if we have 12 centimeters here, 12 centimeters here, so what would be my area? I would have to do 12 times 12. And that's basic math. 12 times 12 equals 144. But I'm going to prove it to you anyways. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to put a place value holder here. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. If I add these up, I have a 4, 4, and a 1. 144. This one over here I'm not going to work out because if my S's are each a 9, so here's my square. If I have a 9, if it's 81 in the middle, I have a 9 and a 9, so my answer is 9. Kind of work that one out quickly, okay? How about this one? The sides of my square are 8.6. So I have to solve 8.6 times 8.6. Let's see what we get here. Follow along with me. 6 times 6 is 36. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 2 is 51. Put a place value holder here. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 8 is 64, plus 4 is 68. I'm going to add these up. I got a 6, I've got a 9, got a 13, and I have a 7. I have 73.96 is my answer. Here's my last one. Of my square, it's 289. What times what equals 289? I'm going to show you how to work this out on a calculator. So if I have a calculator here, and if I have 289 and I square root it, I get 17. If I find the square root of a number and it looks like this on your calculator, the ones in our classroom, looks like this, and if you press enter, you'll get a 17. 17 times 17 equals 289. I can help you some more with that in class today too. I better write this answer in as well. I don't want to be like some kids in the classroom that forget to write down the answer after solving it. That is how you use a spreadsheet today, and some extra practice there with finding the area of a shape. Hopefully this helped with your math skills today, and I look forward to working with you in math. Good luck.